Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Carol and the name of my channel is My Blessed Nest. I've had a lot of new subscribers lately and I just want to say welcome to my channel. I hope you've been enjoying my content. I've had a little bit more time to do the things that I like to do, and one of those things is crafting. So I would like to show you my latest craft. I'm going to put up a picture of something I found on Pinterest that I thought was just adorable. So I always try to figure out how I can make something myself. So I got my hubby involved and he just happened to have the board that I needed, that I could make it work. And I made sure I had all of the things that I needed at home. So, well, let me just show you how I made it. So let's get started. I started out with an extra board that my husband had in the garage from another project. It was 31 inches long by 5.5 inches wide. And I just got my trusty old white paint in a matte finish, and I painted 2 coats on the board, letting it dry in between. I also painted the edges as well. After I let the paint completely dry, I was able to lay out my patterns and play around with the spacing on the board. I was able to get the Peeps pattern off of Pinterest for free, and then I just printed out one and traced the other 2 to save ink. And then I also printed out the words "Welcome Peeps" on my laptop using Pages, and I used the font called Chalkboard. Here you see me trimming off any extra paper from the patterns so that they will all fit together on the board. I did use my ruler, which I hate doing. My husband's the one who's better at that, but I used it and then I eyeballed it a bit too and just spaced things out as evenly as I could from top to bottom and side to side. Once I got all the patterns situated just where I wanted them, I used some blue painter's tape to tape them down to the board on the left side of the board, and it made like a little hinge you'll see here in a little bit, so I could flip the patterns up and down. Here's how everything looked when I had it all laid out and ready to start tracing my patterns. I use Sally's Artist graphite paper to put between my pattern and the board, and it just works like a carbon paper, like back in the day when we had typewriters. And I'm just cutting the pieces of the paper, putting it between, and then tracing over all my patterns with a pencil. And you need to push fairly hard so you can actually see the pattern. Here's what it looks like after I have all the patterns traced out. Now for my favorite part, let's get painting. If you're going to be painting small letters, make sure you have a small, or I should say very fine, paintbrush. You can get them very cheaply at a craft store and they're well worth the investment. So you can see how easily here I am painting that small welcome and able to stay in the lines very easily. Here's the colors that I chose for the Peeps. This blue is from Michael's. It's their store brand of paint, which I really like a lot. Here's the color I picked for the middle peep. It's this lovely green color. So I'm not going to show you all of the painting. I'll just kind of skip ahead to a little bit of the pink color, and then we'll wrap that step up and move on to the next one. Now that all 3 peeps are painted, I'm going to move along to the bottom and use my black paint again to paint the word peeps. Just make sure you don't do this at the same time as you paint the black welcome at the top, or you will surely smear your pink paint from your pink peep all over. Here's a quick look at what we have so far. We're almost done. Going back to the white paint I used to paint the board at the very beginning, I am going to take a regular pencil and dip the eraser into the white paint and then blot it off on the napkin to make sure it doesn't blob onto my board. And then I'm just going to make 2 little eyes on each peep and a nose. Make sure you line it up so that they're in the center. If you've never used this technique before, I would recommend you practice on a piece of scrap paper, just to get the feel of it. Here's a look of them with their little sweet faces. By this time, I hope you're in love with them as much as I am. I am smitten. Here I'm showing you how I'm trying to attach some twine to the top of the board with some hot glue, and then I'm going to further secure it with some thumbtacks, because I didn't want to have anything on the back of the board like a sawtooth hanger, because my idea is I'm going to make a 4th of July sign on the back of the board, so I can get 2 for the price of 1. But it was a fail. It wasn't sturdy enough to hold, so I will show you what I had my husband do instead. Actually, it was his idea, and it's working out great. Here's where I have my sign displayed on my front door. My husband ended up drilling a hole through the twine and then driving a screw into each side. And it's super sturdy and it's not going anywhere. Thanks for watching my craft video. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments below if you plan to try to make one yourself. Also, do you like peeps? I've never liked them, and to be honest, I haven't tried them for years, so maybe I should try them again because my tastes have really changed over the years and I love candy and sweets, so maybe I should give them another try. Thanks for watching, and tell me below what you're doing with all your time now that we're staying home. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I'll link that below. And I also wanted to mention that I'll be participating in a collab that's going to be posted Friday evening, as in 2 days from now. So be sure to watch for that. So I won't have my regular Friday morning video, but I will be posting a collab video in the evening. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.